Hey, what's up guys? This is Tim Ernst with turnaroundfitness.com, and get ready for another Monday muscle meal as I'm going to show you a really great recipe for breakfast for optimal muscle mass, but also staying lean at the same time, so get ready. Alright guys, so the ingredients you're going to need are eggs, mushrooms, sausage, egg whites, butter. Hey, what's up guys? So as you saw, I'm going to be using eggs, peppers and onions, mushrooms, and egg whites for this recipe here. So I like to cook my stuff separate. I don't like to mix everything together. Some people like to mix everything together, but I like to separate it. I think it just comes out better. So I always start off with a little bit of butter, really good fat if you're trying to get lean. And you really don't want to start off with carbohydrates too early in the morning. So you definitely want to make sure that you limit your carbs and wait till more in the afternoon after your workout. I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like it's on my stove there. It's either 12 or 2. I'm thinking it's 12:49. So I'm still cooking breakfast, but I just wait till later in the day because, you know, when you wake up in the morning, your cortisol levels are pretty high. So you don't want to spike insulin while cortisol levels are high. So there you go. I'm just putting in the sausage there. I'm going to put it on medium heat. But going back to the cortisol and the insulin spike, you don't want to combine the two because that leads to fat gain. And typically in the morning, your cortisol levels are high, so you don't want to eat a carbohydrate that's going to spike insulin. So I wait till at least around 12 to eat because, as we know, protein will spike insulin as well. So I try to eat a little more fat than protein. So I'm just going to use 2 eggs and then a cup of egg whites. So this is kind of how I start off. I probably train around 1 or 2 in the afternoon, so I like to let this food settle for about an hour before I go work out. So I'm just going to crack 2 eggs here. I'm going to go ahead and blend those really good, and then I'll be adding my cup of egg whites. So one thing you never want to do as well is that you don't want to combine carbs with fat. That is one of the worst things you could do for staying lean and building muscle. And we all know that one of the worst foods is pizza, because pizza is high fat and high carbs. I will say I will have pizza once in a while as like a cheat food, but I try to eat that toward the end of the day to where my insulin levels are a little bit lower, and I try to do it after a workout. So I like to mix my eggs really well. I do that first, then I pour my cup of egg whites in, and I put the heat on about medium heat. And as I said before, I really like to separate my eggs with my sausage and peppers and onions. Now you can go ahead and season your onions and peppers. I didn't do that because this mushroom mix already has seasoning in there, but you could use like an Italian seasoning. That would probably work really well. And you could even throw some oil in there too if you want to add it with your butter. But I just kind of stick with butter because the sausage has got a lot of oil in it. So here's just another angle. This is what it's looking like right now. So it's coming out really good. And I gotta tell you, stuff smelled really well. And I'll make sure to put the macronutrients in the description. I think the sausage I used was like a Adele's. It's got like mozzarella inside the sausage. Very good sausage, all natural. Make sure to check that out. It's called Adele's. I think they have them in most grocery stores, kind of in the meat department. So you just want to get it mixed up really good. Your seasonings, all your butter, and eggs are kind of cooking slow there. I probably should have started my eggs a little bit sooner. But as you can see, it's starting to really heat up the peppers and sausage there. If you go back to some previous videos, I actually made a muscle building omelet. It's kind of similar to this, but I made it into an omelet instead of separating it. So again, this is a great way to build optimal muscle while staying lean. Now, if you're a skinny guy having a very hard time putting on weight, then you probably want to add a carbohydrate in the morning. It's not going to affect you as bad, but I gained 40 pounds, okay? I was 190 pounds and I got really shredded, but I wanted to bulk up and put some muscle on. So I wanted to bulk up to 230. And once I reach my goal, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting again. So this is why I'm starting off with this breakfast here. It's kind of like a ketogenic diet in the beginning of the day. And then after my workout, I'll be introducing a carbohydrate, so I'll no longer be ketogenic. So that was one of the things I did to get really lean, as I was on a ketogenic diet, and every week I would up my carbohydrates. I would keep my carbs at about 30 grams all week, but then on my 7th day, I would go ahead and carb load, and then I would repeat the process for another 7 days, going back to ketogenic. So as you can see, my eggs are getting cooked there. Actually, we're almost done, so I like to separate them, but now I'm gonna go ahead and mix them. After the eggs are cooked, then I'll put it on top of the sausage, onions, and mushrooms and kind of mix it all in there before I put it on my plate. So this is just a great way to, stay lean if you're trying to lose weight and keep muscle. I actually think it's aesthetically pleasing to be more shredded. You actually look bigger when you lose weight and get shredded. For some reason, when I was at 190, I looked bigger than I do now. And it was because you could see my muscles more. I was more shredded, more defined. Right now, I'm holding a lot of water, so it's really hard to see the definition in my muscles. So I'm holding a lot of water, but I'm gonna go ahead and just, start cutting back down. But there it is right there. There's the finished product. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my plate, guys. And I'm gonna be uploading more videos of how I'm doing with my shred. I'm gonna be doing this for a few months so I can get back down to about 200 to 210. So that's it, guys. Make sure to try this. I'm gonna put the macronutrients in the description, so make sure to check that out, guys. And I will see you next time.